Joining us now via Skype to discuss the deadly outbreak is Claudia Rosett, Foreign Policy Fellow at the Independent Women's Forum. Claudia, welcome back.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Well, as we just heard, more than 73,000 people worldwide are infected. Is there any progress being made to stop the outbreak?
It's really hard to say because the huge concentration of this outbreak is still in China. And you can't trust what China says. You just can't. They've probably been wildly understating the numbers since the beginning. And we just don't know. In other places, there are some alarming things going on. You know, it's been slow to spread. And at the same time, we just had hundreds and hundreds of people disembark in Cambodia off a cruise ship where they thought that it was fine. The Prime Minister of Cambodia came down and shook hands with all of them, gave them a free bus tour of Phnom Penh, and then it turned out that one of them had been infected. She's now in a hospital in Malaysia. So we wait to see. This thing has an incubation period. We don't know whether that kind of thing means further spread outside China.
Well, the United Nations Secretary General said today the coronavirus is very dangerous, but it's not out of control. What are your thoughts?
I think he must feel pretty safe. I notice he's not saying that from Hong Kong or from some of the places where they're trying desperately to keep this thing contained. You know, there have been things done, and it does seem to be slow to spread outside. But we're still sort of within the window where we don't really know how this thing is amplifying. So the Secretary General very often plays politics. I wouldn't listen to him for a second as an expert on this disease.
Well, the virus is also causing problems for the global financial markets. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. Well, the markets are seeing a real problem because China is the world's second largest economy. It's been effectively paralyzed since they finally, after trying to cover this thing up, since they finally admitted in late January they had a problem and then shut down, quarantined scores of millions of people, the entire province of Hubei. They have cities where people are not allowed to go out except once every 3 days. A family may send one member to buy groceries. So you have this huge economy, which is part of many of our supply chains. Everything from electrical equipment to clothes to all sorts of things that you just don't think about much is now not coming out of China. So we're running off inventory. People will start sourcing things elsewhere. But this is a huge, genuine loss as far as world production.
Claudia, we mentioned this the other day, that China's president had admitted that he knew about this really before it even became news. What do you think about that? What do you think that looks like in the public eye for him?
He's a dictator, and he runs the Communist Party of China, which, sort of takes its playbook from the Soviet Communist Party on propaganda. And what he is now doing is trying to appropriate the narrative, as they call it, of this whole thing. The fact is, he runs a system that tried to cover this up, that actually arrested and reprimanded a doctor who tried to warn his colleagues and told him not to monger rumors. That's the system that Xi Jinping runs. And for all the surveillance where he tries to mold people's behavior and the vast investments made under him in China's military, producing the parade October 1st, their national day, where for hours there were missiles and tanks and everything going through Tiananmen Square. It takes a lot of gall to roll tanks in a parade through Tiananmen Square after 1989. But he's trying to turn this around because his priority, and I base this on many years of watching how the Communist Party behaves in China, his priority is not actually the interest of China's people. It is the preservation of the power of China's Communist Party rule. So we're going to hear anything he wants to say, and I would not put faith in any of it.
Oh, Claudia, thanks so much for your insight. So good to see you again. Claudia Rosett, Foreign Policy Fellow at the Independent Women's Forum. Thanks again.
Thank you.